Hello there, this is Wendy. I am so excited to be here with Trinity Stamps today to show you this adorable stamp set. Trinity's new release is amazing, of course, but these really called to me for making a little Valentine treat for some kiddos. So I went ahead and pre-cut the eyes and mouth from the dies, and then I used the heart that is a waffle to create several. I stamped several of these little waffles in black ink. And the great thing about this stamp, this is the Waffle Lot stamp. And the great thing about this stamp is that it has a stencil. So you don't have to try to color inside those little bitty squares. You can simply use a stencil to color. So after stamping 6 of those, I went ahead and inked up and stamped the sentiment 2 or 3, actually 3 times, twice in red and once in pink, so that it would match my little treat boxes. And I did this using the Misty, where I could make sure to get really good coverage for my sentiment. Then I was able to die cut these sentiments because there is a die cut for the Your Waffly Cute sentiment. And then I'm going in and I am ink blending in these little bitty hearts. And I am going to use the second stencil that is at the top of the stencil. I love how they thought out this stencil situation by creating a shadow piece for the stencil at the top of the base layer. That way you just have one little stencil to use and you get really awesome shadowing and you don't have to figure out how to do it yourself. So these little waffles are so cute. We're going to die cut these out and then we're going to use them and arrange them almost like a tag on the front of our treat box. For the treat boxes, I just used something I found at the grocery store, and I think these are perfect for kiddos. I grabbed some red and pink cardstock that matched the boxes well, and then I arranged the hearts how I wanted them along with the sentiment. But to really finish off this treat, I knew that I needed to add a few other little things, a few little other elements, and these sparkle spots came in absolutely perfect for that. So here I'm just going to grab my glue and glue down the sentiment to all of the hearts. Then I'll be able to pick up the entire element all together, add the glue to the back of all of the hearts, and then glue them onto the front of the box. Little treats like this are one of my favorite things to give at Valentine's Day. I just think that for me, Valentine's Day is just such a fun way to celebrate love and just give a little something extra during that time. I tend to really focus on the kiddos. So my nieces, I have several nieces. I've got a nephew, and some other special little ones in my life. So this is just the perfect little fun gift to give, and you're not breaking the bank while you're doing it, right? So this is the start of many little Valentine's treats, I am certain. I have a long list of littles that I'm going to be making goodies for. So here, after I've glued all of those pieces and parts down, I'm going to glue on the eyes and the mouth on just one of the waffles, which just helps bring it to life a little bit. The other 2 waffles are hidden behind the sentiment, so I didn't add a face to them. I only added it to the waffle that you could really see the best. And then we're going to go ahead and glue everything in place. And then I'll add those little sparkle elements, which are so awesome. So once we get everything glued down, I'm just using everything here to get it oriented. We'll grab those sparkle spots and we'll add those. So this is part of the new release from Trinity. I really love all of the fun puns that are in the stamps. They've got a ton of them and they are just adorable. I love the toaster and the cheese. There's so many cool elements to this release. If you haven't grabbed any of those items yet, make sure to check them out. There will be links below the video for products if you need to grab any. Okay, so here, this is my pink box, and I decided to change up the arrangement just a little bit. No specific reason. I just thought it would be fun to try a different little arrangement here. So I went ahead and changed the arrangement up, and I'm doing the exact same method where I'm covering the sentiment with glue, and then I'm going to glue it down to all of the hearts, and then that will allow me to pick up all of the hearts simultaneously and then glue them to the box. It also helps me keep them arranged in the spot that I want them versus having to try to pick them up individually and get them put back down exactly as I want them. So after I glued them all together, I'm just going to flip it to over, or glued the back of them, I should say, and then I'm going to glue it to the front of the box. And this one is complete. Here are the sparkle spots that I referred to earlier. These are very cute, and I just trimmed off the very top here because I was having a hard time getting into the bag. And then we're going to glue several of these on the front. Now, my tip for gluing sequins or image or anything onto something is I go by two rules. First of all, I always like everything to be an odd number. And second of all, I always like it to be triangular. So those two things are design like elements that most people use in design in general. The human eye likes odd numbers. So that's why you might notice I have 3 hearts, not 4. And here you're going to see I'm going to put 3 little sparkle spots in a triangle down at the bottom. Then I'll add 2 up here, and then I'll add 2 more, which gives me a total of 7. So I've got my odd number. And then you might notice that they are also in a triangle, meaning you've got them at the top left, lower kind of center to the right, and then at the bottom. So your eye makes a triangle to all of the sparkle spots. Does that make sense? That's just a little composition / design technique that is really helpful when you are creating. If you're unsure where to put rhinestones or other cute elements, keep them in a triangle and use odd numbers. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. I will be back. I am a new guest designer for Trinity, and I will see you again very soon. Bye-bye.